They're not letting these guys escape. Oh no, guys, come on. This is horrible. They're just trying to go back to their families. They're just trying to go home. Well, people asked for it, and here it is. We have archers versus crossbowmen. It seems like the crossbowmen do have the bigger range here, so they are actually getting shots in pretty early. They are already getting shots in, the archers. Now, the archers, unfortunately, are quite tightly packed together. These are Azurai veteran archers as well. I'll see if I can spread these guys out. I mean, it's not entirely fair if I manage to give orders to these guys, but not the other ones. But I think they're going to need the help anyway. Let's see how this unfolds. So here we have the Azurai archers taking fire, but putting in a lot of fire. They're able to get more shots in, but as you can see, these trees are proving to do some decent cover for these sharpshooters over here. A lot of arrows are pinging off the trees and sticking into them, so it's actually giving these a lot of cover. And as you can see, the sharpshooters are the ones getting more kills at the moment, especially since they have more armor and they do more damage with their crossbows. A lot of dead bodies over here, especially near the front. As soon as you get to the front, it just seems you to take a lot of crossbow bolts to the face and the spleen. These guys up here trying to fire in shots from a higher angle, see if they can get a bit more range. But some of the Azurai archers have been bold enough to push up this far. Oh, but my, in the forest we go. This looks absolutely awesome. Fighting through the forest. The trees giving them some protection, but obviously not quite enough. Not all that guy getting shot in the back of the head. The archers really starting to come into their own now as the range tightens. And as these crossbowmen are taking longer to reload. Look at that. They're getting pretty close at the moment, and it looks like the archers are sort of starting to come back. They're coming back into their own. They might actually pull this back. Look at this tree just absolutely caked in arrows. Wow. Oh my, they're taking so many arrows. These guys can take a lot more than the archers can take bolts. But as you can see, the faster fire rate is slaughtering these guys in the forest. This is like Teutonburg Forest all over again. And they're running away. Some have started to run. Oh, the morale has got to them. Too many arrows. They've dropped their crossbows and their shields. And they have pegged it. There's a few left over here, but I don't think many of them will last for much longer. Some of these archers coming in close, they've run out of ammo, so they're coming in with their swords, with their scimitars. Oh, wow, cleaving them to pieces. One guy left, he takes a shot. He tries to go for the melee, but it looks like he might go down pretty soon. There's a lot of them on him, and down he goes. And, of course, the last few are running away. Will they escape? It looks like they will, because I don't think the archers are chasing them anymore. Makes me wonder how they would fare in a different situation, though. So, we're back again with the archers and the crossbowmen, but in a different map. A bit more open. So maybe this will have a different effect. If the crossbowmen can keep them at range, I'm sure they're going to be able to survive a lot longer. And oh my god, I've just noticed that castle in the background. And already the fire is coming in thick and fast. The sharpshooters getting the majority of the kills here. But as we saw, that does not mean that they are a guaranteed win. As they start to get closer, it looks like the Azurai start to turn it round. The veterans starting to get more kills as we get closer into the battle. This is just solely down to the reload time that these guys have. They just can't reload because every time they get shot, it interrupts their reload. Meaning that, you know, the amount of times they get shot from a fire rate of the archers is just insane. It looks like this is panning the same way. These guys just can't have enough of it. They're really getting it. But what if hold fire and charge in? How would these guys fare in melee? I've always wanted to see this in Archibald. Look at them jumping over there. Oh, here they go. In they run. Shot down to pieces. Oh, my words. Oh, this is brutal. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, this is absolutely brutal. Running past the cabbages as you do. Can this guy make it? He's getting close. He's going to make it. Oh, he's just been chopped down, but now we have it in melee. I think the crossbowmen are probably better in melee. It seems like it's going to go that way. They have the better arm, they have the better weapons, and of course they have shields as well, meaning they can defend from multiple people. But there is a bit of a swarm going on this side. The Azuraian archers really doing their numbers justice here. Trying to get round behind. One guy seems to get a little bit too far, a little bit too cocky for himself. These guys are still able to shoot out from the forest as well, using these trees as some much needed cover. Will this guy escape? He's got a lot of blood on him, so I don't know, but he looks like he's getting away. They look like they seem to be ignoring him at this point. More Azurai archers running away. but the crossbowmen are trying to pick them off as they run. Are they going to... Oh, they are. They're being brutal. They really are being brutal. They're not letting these guys escape. Oh, no. Guys, come on. This is horrible. They're just trying to go back to their families. They're just trying to go home. Now, I thought... We've seen the crossbowmen against some weaker armored archers. But what about if we put them up against some pretty heavily armored archers? And if we can find them, here we are. Palatine Guard from the Empire. These guys are pretty heavily armored archers, and they do a good job, as we saw in the last army battle. And by the way, this map is absolutely incredible. Look at it. There's also a ballista up here. Don't know if anyone's going to get up to use it. I don't know if they've been told to do that on this map, so they probably can't. But here we have a lot of shots coming in. The sharpshooters really doing the majority of the damage at this point against the Palatine Guards. Wow. Oh, that guy just got shot in the balls. That guy shot in the face. This is a little bit of a slaughter at this point. This is a lot less even than the Azurai guys. It looks like, even though the Azurai don't have the armor, they are just a lot better. They have the better bows, they have the better accuracy, and they have the better fire rate. This has gone very, very one way, which I did not really expect. These guys just able to, I mean, there's a few dead bodies, but able to pretty much just wipe them out. What if we turn that up, add 100 more Palatine Guards for the Empire side? Will that change how this plays out? We'll see. Oh, these guys taking fire already. There's 100 more of them now, but some of them are just, they're not really interested, if I'm going to be honest. They're just sort of like chilling at the back here. But look at the fire coming in. Oh, imagine if these were lasers. It would look incredible. Someone, come on. Make these into Star Wars lasers, please. But still, the sharpshooters just wiping the floor. It doesn't seem like there's any chance for these guys. That guy got shot in the hand and he went down. Oh, pin cushion. Absolute pin cushion, these guys. Go on, mate. Get a shot off. He just about got a shot off before he got absolutely demolished. But a shot off, nonetheless. I think some of them are just giving up. Some of them are like, what's the point anymore? Your mate's just dying all around you. It's absolutely brutal. But the Palatine Guards are getting a few more kills here. A lot more than last time. I don't think it's going to be enough, but they're still getting a lot more kills than previously. Maybe they could pull it back ever so slightly. I don't think they're going to go for the win. This guy's given up. Yep, he's dropped. He's dropped his bow. He's not having it anymore. This is what Shell Shock looks like in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, guys. And to be fair, out of all the scenarios, this is the one that I think is going to give them Shell Shock. Go on, mate. Go. Oh, no. Take it down. Go on, buddy. Go. Oh, no. Go on, get a shot. Oh, no. Shot through the heart. And you're to blame. Oh, you give the Palatine Guards a pretty bad name. Right in the arm again. Oh, come on, guy. Come on, guy. Oh my God, in the knee. Not in the knee. So, a lot of these guys have been killed, and as you can see, have a lot of arrows in them, but it wasn't quite enough. It looks like crossbowmen are superior, but I want to give the archers one more chance. Maybe it's just the Palatine Guard archers that aren't effective. Maybe if we go back to the Azurai archers, they might be able to wipe the floor. But I guess we'll have to find out. Shots coming in already, and these guys are already starting to fire back at them. But once again, the sharpshooters doing the damage. This could be the map that is just better for these sharpshooters. Maybe because they have this cover here that seems to... It's not incredible, but even just these lumps and bumps and these wooden palisades are doing a bit of cover prevention. So they're able to get a lot of shots off without being hit, and that's sort of the important thing with the crossbowmen. But these guys... No, I think the crossbowmen are just better in this scenario. Even with 100 more men and back to the Azurai archers, they just don't seem to be able to do the damage. On the previous two maps, though, these guys seem to wipe the floor with the crossbowmen, so I'm not entirely sure what it is. It must just be the map and the amount of cover that these guys have. And there's only one way to figure out if that is, in fact, the case. And that is to swap round the spawn point. So we have the archers over at this point now, the crossbowmen over at this point. This is where we'll see whether it is the map and the geography of it that is really saving those crossbowmen. It looks like that could be the case, since the other two maps they did a pretty good job, but I guess we're going to find out. Sharpshooters getting the first few kills, veterans trading back though, but once again, at range we have seen the sharpshooters are far superior to these guys. But yes, as you can see, the veterans are now able to get a lot more shots off and do a lot more damage. I think this is also possibly due to the fact that a lot of the AI in the pathfinding and the beta isn't quite prepared for this map yet, so they've not quite seen the enemy, so whoever spawns here is getting a bit of an unfair advantage and not quite getting the full force of their army. And wow, yeah, it is become a slaughter. It's become a slaughter, guys. As you can see, there are a lot of factors: geography, map, AI, but it's pretty even between these two types of troops. Thank you for suggesting crossbowmen versus archers. It seems like crossbowmen, as we thought, would be superior at longer ranges, but once they get close, they just can't help the whale of arrows coming at them. What troops would you like me to pit up against each other next time? Make sure you leave it down in the comments, and stick around for some cool map overviews as I show you guys around these interesting new maps that we have discovered. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and until then, I will see you in the next one.